Hello all. Welcome to Customer Relationship Management. This is an asynchronous online course with weekly due dates. I have set up the course with materials in weekly modules in Canvas. My office hours are Monday and Wednesday from 1 to 2 and Tuesday from 2:30 to 4 p.m. I also have availability other times, but make sure you get an appointment with me at least 24 hours in advance. For my office hours, I will be in my office in Curtis, but I always have the option to meet over Microsoft Teams. Okay, this is how Canva is set up. I have the important course information up here with my office hours and then a link to the syllabus. And then as you can see, I have the materials set up by week. I do recommend keeping pace with the weeks. I have hidden week 6 finals week until I get the materials set up in there. I'm going to be adding a few things. I'm going to be setting up the due dates and adding a bit more material over the next day or so, but I'll have the course shell open as soon as possible. So I'll walk you through kind of how I see a week going. There is a chapter reading for each week. And this is using a textbook that is kind of old and is available online, so it is just there for you. Go back to home. And it is probably going to be most useful for you to navigate the course using home rather than assignments because it'll show you the week setup. Once you have read through the chapter, there is also PowerPoints for each chapter, and then also a video recording. So if it's useful to you to have the book open while watching the lecture and also navigating through the PowerPoints, you can do that however you like. I recorded these over the summer, so they should be pretty recent and pretty good. Then there will be an assignment pretty much every week. This one is just to get a baseline of what you understand about customers from your current perspective, so less from our customer relationship management perspective, but you as a customer yourself. So then we can kind of shift our perspective from understanding consumers as consumers, but understanding consumers from the perspective of a business. So this is an essay that I expect to be about 800 to 1,000 words. And here are the instructions here. We are also going to be using Trailhead, and that is, I'll go ahead and pull it up here. This is the training software that is used for Salesforce, so it's going to be a little bit confusing. Sometimes it'll feel like we're using two softwares, but Trailhead is the training material for Salesforce. A big mistake that students will often make, and if this happens to you, it's okay. We are going to pretty much always navigate through here using Trailhead, but you'll get instructions that say to log into Salesforce, and so you'll go here. That doesn't work unless we actually have a Salesforce account. So you're going to navigate to Salesforce through Trailhead. All right, I'm not going to log into that right now, but that's one of the things that we are doing. I have set up some recommended pacing through the weeks, so I expect us to work through these by the end of the semester, and you'll earn points and badges. The software is really fun and really cool. I've also put in estimated times here so you can help you plan your day. We are also going to be doing a Stucant simulation, and I will go ahead and introduce the basics of that real quick. Okay, so once you log in, this is what it will look like. We are doing a limited number of these rounds because this is a quick course. So I've set it up to do a handful of these rounds. But you're going to start with the introduction and go through round 1. Each one will have a video that you watch. It'll give instructions here, and then you navigate through using this continue button. It has this nice interface that simulates what it would be like to work in an organization, and if you already work in an organization, it might be a little bit traumatic, but also feel a little bit fake in some ways. But you're getting an email here from your business division general manager, some information about the company that you're working for, which they pronounce buoy, and they have you look at their core values. And then we start the simulation. The simulation, again, a video, the tasks that you're getting ready to do, the original email from last round, and then this new email with some data that she's provided for you. So this is their data dictionary, a data audit report, and then their database. And as we navigate through, we get some emails from our colleagues. It's actually a quiz, and it's based on a textbook that we're not using. So I'm going to provide some supplemental materials so you feel like you can actually answer these questions. This is what it looks like if you get it wrong. I'm not super concerned whether you get these right or wrong, but I will try to provide the materials so that you can feel pretty good about it. There will be some instructions on how to work with this data dictionary. It's the same thing you received in your email over here. So this is the data dictionary, but it is also available down here in resources. So you can download it. I'm going to go ahead and put it somewhere safe. I probably already have a copy of it, so it's going to throw a fit. Sure. I'll open it up. And what we have here is the group and what table it represents, the fields that are in that table, the type of data that is in there, and then an example. And they've got some missing data types. Your job as part of the simulation is to figure out what data type this is. There is a resource that will talk to you about the different data types, I think. If it's not in here, I'll make sure I provide it. But this is related to this. So you could type them in here, but you're not actually turning this in. So this is going to be a character because it contains alphanumeric characters. This is a date. This is numeric, probably. Oops. I messed it up. Okay, but they're actually going to have you do that over here. It would have started like this, and they want to see if you can categorize these correctly. So, kind of a fun interface. This is telling what table it's coming from, what it's measuring, and what format that's being measured in. So we've got clicks, and that's probably integer. Total revenue, probably numeric. Just guessing. Okay? And it'll tell you whether it's right or wrong. So if I would have put date over here, it would have marked it as wrong. Okay, so you're getting some immediate feedback. I'm going to continue. They give us some new data here in terms of conversions. I'm going to save that. I put that here. Open this up. Okay, so this is the ad campaign number of clicks, those that converted into sales. So for example, you may have seen a tote bag on Facebook and clicked on it. So this is their pink canvas tote bag. 1,111 people clicked on it, and then 135 of them bought it. But that's not really what you're concerned about. Part of the team sent over this file because there are errors in it. So for example, they actually left some notes here for you. So this one has a null here in its country field, and they want us to delete it and leave it blank. This is not data in it. If you just click like this, it was just this overwriting that. This is a negative value for converted sales. That's not possible. They want us to get rid of that. This is the number of clicks. Can't actually be negative. Get rid of that. Okay, so on and so forth. I'm gonna get out of there. what they have you do at the end of that is re-upload the file to here. And they will, here I'm actually going to go ahead and do it, but it will be wrong because I didn't get all of the pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and upload that and validate it, but it's going to tell me where I still have errors. Okay, because I didn't go all the way through. But once you have everything, it'll say you're good to go. Your file is fine. We'll continue. They want us to summarize our report findings. The report is this. We got a third party to go through our data and see what errors they found, and they found 126,000 examples of missing values, and gave some details on it. They found outliers, so on and so forth. I have some materials in the lecture materials that talk about some of these things. And so you're going to choose from these what the report says. So you are taking the report and boiling it down to this bunch of smaller bits for management. And then we will run the simulation. When I run it, it's going to give me warnings. Ooh, I've done everything I can, except that I didn't. I had done it before. So I'm going to run it and see what I get for my report. When I did it before, it must not have just run it, but it looks like I did a great job before. And then I can continue the simulation, and we go through to the next one. So if we look at this, eventually after today, there's going to be one down here that will say recommended pace for Stu Kent for each of these weeks. In fact, I can show you the schedule and the syllabus. Because I've already organized what I want everyone to do, it's just not everything is into Canvas just yet. Okay, so here is the syllabus. Again, this is an asynchronous online course, so that means we're not meeting face-to-face online. We're just all going to go through our weekly due dates. The course starts today, August 26th, and will end October 12th. So this is an accelerated course as part of the MBA program. My office is in Curtis 309, and these are my office hours. There's always an option to meet with me over Teams. This is the book that we're using, and this is actually a link to the book. I have no idea where it's going to open, so we'll wait and see. And then also there are some resources that I have set up for you. We're going to be using Salesforce and Trailhead, Stu Kent simulation, and we'll be working a bit with Power BI. You're going to earn some Trailhead badges as part of what we do. Our objectives are to look at customer relationship management and its application in marketing, sales, and service. Effective CRM strategies help companies align business process with a customer-centric strategy using people, technology, and knowledge. So what I really want to accomplish in this class is for you to understand and apply various terms and concepts of CRM in discussions and hypothetical scenarios. And the way that I'm going to get at that is really through the essays rather than doing any discussion boards. I'd like you to be able to effectively analyze, use analysis techniques to identify, acquire, and develop customer relationships. We're doing that with a data set that I have. We're doing it through Stu Kent, and we're doing it through the Salesforce and Trailhead trainings. I also want you to have a basic understanding of multiple CRM software solutions. So we're going to accomplish that through Power BI and Salesforce, and then Stu Kent gets at that a little bit. I have also broken these out into specific competencies that are in the textbook and in some other places. So in the textbook, these are the things that I want us to really drill down on. So there's more in the textbook, obviously, than these things, but these are the things I really care about. And then these are the things that we're going to accomplish with the software. I do expect you to read through the textbook chapters. Yes, I do reiterate some of that important stuff in the lectures, but I don't cover everything in the lectures. And the more modalities that you're able to intake information, the better. So I've provided the textbook, the lectures and the PowerPoints, and then also assignments to help really take your knowledge, bring knowledge into your knowledge structures and make sure it stays there. There's some short essays. That's how I'm going to assess your understanding and how you're pulling from your existing knowledge structures to try to understand the things that we're learning. We're also using the software training to give you a hands-on approach to do this stuff. So like I said, we're going to use Trailhead to access Salesforce. We're using StuConnect Simternship and Power BI. My course policies, this class has been developed as an asynchronous course, so you can complete it on your own timeline. But I've set things up in a way that keep us on a pace, and I would recommend following that pace. It's really hard to catch up in such a short amount of time. This is a really quick class. And the way that I've set everything up means that I've set the materials up in modules that make sense together. So please complete the modules as they are. If you are having a difficult time getting your technology to work, please let me know as soon as possible, especially if it's with this StuConnect simulation. We've had some troubles with StuConnect before, not with this simulation, and hopefully that doesn't happen because the one that I've had troubles with is one where we're uploading videos. But I will tell you that the StuConnect simulation, if the numbers are off a little bit, your responses are going to be wrong. And I don't want you to worry about that so much. I don't want you to spend tons and tons of time trying to figure out where exactly you got your math wrong. As long as you're getting the concepts, we're going to move on. That's less of a technical issue and more of a, I'm not exactly sure always that their numbers are right. So we will work through that. If you're having issues with university technology, please let me know and contact ITS. I'm going to be very understanding about technology, but I do expect you to make a reasonable effort to participate in class as we're going. Please don't wait till the end of the semester to do everything. All assignments are posted to Canvas at the beginning of this semester and are due by their posted due dates. The dates are in place to help me give you feedback and to have time to do that. I am understanding if you are going to turn something in a little bit late. Just let me know. And that's usually fine. Don't wait to the last minute to ask for help. I'm willing and available to help you and to answer any questions, whether it's about the coursework, career stuff, other classes. I'm not going to step on other professors' toes or anything, but if you have questions about how this class fits in with other things, I'm super happy to talk about that. The best way to reach me is by email. Calling my office isn't very useful. I really stopped answering that phone when I started getting so many robocalls. So if you do need to talk to me by phone, go ahead and email me first and we can set up an appointment. But the sooner I know about any problems that you're having, the more quickly I can respond to your situation. Please use my office hours. They are for you. All work submitted needs to be your own. There is no group project or discussion posts. This is really more for my other classes. But please don't plagiarize. So when you're submitting your essays, make sure that is your own work. I don't mind if you use AI, but I do still want the work to be your own. So you can use AI to get yourself started and to build a structure, but I really, really especially want you to work in examples from your own experiences. So if you have things that you've done in the workplace or in other classes and it's relevant to what we're talking about, I have a lot more fun looking at assignments if it includes those kinds of things rather than sounding like something that AI spit out. Emails to me should begin with some sort of salutation. You can call me Dr. Mellema, Hillary, Professor, Prof. Don't call me Mrs. Mellema or Miss Mellema or Miss Hillary. That's awkward. Also, clearly identify your issue or question. I really appreciate bullet points, numbered lists, or screenshots, especially if it's a technical issue. And then sign your name. I prefer if you use your preferred name, so I know what to call you. And also let me know what class you're in. Some of my students have multiple classes with me, and that really kind of messes with me. But things will go more smoothly for me if I know what class you're in right away. If you haven't heard from me within 24 hours, or really even 12, send another email. You may have just gotten lost in my inbox. All of my communications to the class as a whole will come as an announcement through Canvas. So go ahead and set up your notifications and email settings in a way that lets you get my communications. If I'm just responding just to you, I tend to do that through Outlook. But if I'm sending an email blast to the whole class, I will do that with Canvas. This is the schedule. We're going to start off with the course introduction and expectations. I suppose that's this. You're going to read through chapter 1. There's an essay. You're going to sign up for Trailhead and get started with Trailhead. Next week, there's a Labor Day recess, so I tried to assign a little bit less in this week, but we still have a chapter. I don't know why that is there again. Sign up for Stu Kent and complete the introduction. This might be, I don't know if I have this as an assignment. I'll have to check. Next week we have chapter 4. We have an assignment in Power BI. We've got Salesforce, CRM. This might actually be Trailhead. I don't think it is though. But anyways, this is Trailhead, and then we have a Stu Kent assignment and another Stu Kent assignment. Okay, so this is the schedule of what we are doing. I do want to walk through one other thing. This is how you're going to complete your Power BI training, because not all of you will have, probably none of you, will have Power BI on your computer. So you can get to the university remote desktop. So what you will do is log into basically what is a university lab computer through your computer. This is also going to help people who have Macs. It is very slow and a little bit frustrating, so if you are around campus, it might be easier to come to campus, but if you can't, or if it's a long drive, then this is a solution. So if we go to My SVSU and look for, what do I tell you to look for? Okay, what I'm doing. Virtual desktop. Virtual computer labs. You will log in just the way you would a million times a day using university computers. We're going to use the general lab. We can tell it to allow all of these things, that's fine. And enter this stuff again. And by now it should look pretty familiar. Okay, I paused because that took a while. But now we are logged in, and this is the Power BI desktop that I'd like you to use. If you're in other classes that require the use of R or SPSS, even possibly, let's see if Adobe's on here. Not that it would be really beneficial to use Adobe in a way that is this slow. I don't see it on here. Okay, so none of these really matter, but this is how you can get to Power BI using remote desktop. Okay, so I think that is all I have for now, and I will see you shortly.